Hello and welcome to this tapping session specifically for the fear of flying. So this is something that I offer alongside hypnotherapy and rewiring those subconscious programs to work alongside it. So we're not only working on the mind and the thought processes, but we're working on the energy that is in our body as well at the same time. So energy in motion, emotion, and emotions like anxiety and fear are quite strong negative emotions, and we tend to try and suppress them down into our body. So we need to work on stimulating these energetic pathways or the meridians that we access in tapping to actually release that feeling, to acknowledge it and greet it and let it go, whilst installing some positive affirmations at the same time. So we're going to just begin, just going to get straight into it, and we're going to start with the first tapping spot here. Deep breath in. Even though I feel all this anxiety, and even though I have carried all of this fear, I still choose to love and accept myself. Even though this anxiety and fear has been really difficult and uncomfortable to deal with, I still love and accept myself. Even though all of this anxiety and fear has been really, really overwhelming at times, I know that I can create calm and confidence within myself. Even though I have dealt with all this anxiety, it's been so uncomfortable. By loving myself, I offer myself grace to release all that fear. And even though this fear and anxiety has caused me to feel really uncomfortable and taken away some joy when it comes to travelling and flying, I still love and accept myself completely. And even though this fear has shown up in my body, it's not been nice to deal with, I choose to acknowledge it and process it. Collarbone here. Even though this fear and anxiety has made me feel so uncomfortable at times, it's okay. It no longer serves me, and I'm able to release it with love. Even though this fear and anxiety got to be a bit much at times, I acknowledge it. I understand why it showed up in my body and what it was trying to tell me, and I thank my body for protecting me. Even though I dealt with this fear and anxiety for so long, it's time to let it go now. Even though I felt all this fear in my body, all these panicky, uncomfortable feelings, I understand why my body did that. And it was a reaction from my nervous system. And I am grateful to my body for doing its job. Even though I felt so much anxiety, I dealt with it. I dealt with everything. And now it's time to release that. And even though it's been tricky to deal with, it's taught me a lesson. And I'm now empowered to deal with stress and anxiety differently. And all that fear and anxiety was so heavy to carry. I'm starting to feel lighter as I release it from my body. Even though I carried all that fear and all that anxiety, and the physical symptoms were unbearable at times, I love and accept myself. Even though that fear and anxiety made me feel incapable, made me feel weak, made me overthink, affected my perception. And I see it and release it. And I go back to being whole, to being me, to being able to fly and travel with calm, confidence, and joy. Even though there was fear and love cannot coexist in my body at the same time. So I choose to focus on the feeling of love. And I can make that feeling so big. And that feeling and vibration of love that goes through my mind and body is so much bigger than any feelings of fear or anxiety. So I can choose to focus on love and gratitude. Love for myself, for my body, for my family, for my life. And gratitude for my body for doing its job, for protecting me. So even though I felt all those feelings of fear, I choose to focus on love instead. And I release the fear from my body and from my mind. And I instead choose to focus on calm and confidence and joy and love. And I understand that if I feel fear again, I can greet it and let it go. So I choose today to let it go. To know that I am safe, that I am protected, that there is nothing to fear. I am in control of how I respond. And the fear came from thoughts. And I can choose my thoughts. So I thank all that fear and all that anxiety. And I release it. And I can do this anytime. Anytime I need to move fear through my body. I acknowledge it. I accept it. I thank it. And I release it. 3 deep breaths. Blowing out any remnants or feelings of tension. And breathing in feelings of positivity